Introduction to Transportation Engineering. Dr. Taleb M. Al-Rawsan. Transportation. The movement of people and goods from one location to another. Primary need for transportation is an economic, personal travel and search for food or work. Travel for trade or commerce. Travel for exploration, conquest, or personal fulfillment. Travel for improvement of one's status in life. Since the existence of human race, transportation has consumed a considerable portion of its time and resources. Transportation engineering. Definition: the application of scientific principles to the planning, design, operation, and management of transportation systems. Refers to subspecialty of civil engineering. It involves synthesis of several different intellectual perspectives and scientific knowledge bases: economics, psychology, geography, city planning, public administration, political science, industrial and electrical engineering, to solve perceived technical, economical, social, and environmental problems. The transportation system / scope and functional organization. Transportation is a major functional system of the modern societies. A system can be of a whole consisting of parts or components. It's functional because it provides a service, movement of goods and people from place to another, that is essential to the functioning of the community as a whole. It's major because it is an essential feature in the economy and personal lives of people everywhere. It's major because it's a major source of resource consumption and environmental impact. Components of the transportation system: basic structure, physical facilities, streets, roads, highways, railroads, airports, sea and river ports, pipelines, and canals. Fleets of vehicles, vessels, and aircraft, modes. Operating bases and facilities, terminals and vehicle maintenance facilities and office space. Organizations: Ministry of Transportation, Public Works, Port Authorities, Carriers. Operating strategies: vehicle routing, scheduling, and traffic control. Transportation system in developed nations. Aggregation of vehicles, guideways, terminal facilities, and control systems that move freight and passengers. These systems usually operate according to procedures and schedules in air, on land, and on water. Components of the transportation system. The provision of the transportation service results when various organizations construct physical facilities and deploy fleets in accordance with their operating strategies. In order for the system to function effectively, the interactions of various components must be understood. Example: highway design requires knowledge of the characteristics of both drivers and vehicles that will use it, and to be aware of the traffic control strategies that will be employed. The transportation system / objectives. Motives for public and private investment in transportation systems. Military bases. Politically bases. Economic bases. The most basic function is to create time and place utility, economic term, through the physical transfer of persons or goods from one location to another. In other words, the value of goods depends on where they are and when they are there. Economic resources and human population are scattered over the face of the earth. Need transportation to bring raw material together and manufacture it to form a complex economy. The transportation system / objectives code. Economic role of transportation system. Adequate transportation infrastructure is necessary for a high level of economic activity to exist. Most transportation is not something undertaken for its own sake, although some passengers travel only for pleasure, but is what is referred to as a secondary good, whose value depends on the value of the goods transported or the service performed by passengers at their destinations. Most investments in transportation take place because they are seen as enhancing the profitability of the investments in other kinds of economic activity. Transportation and economic growth. Good transportation, in and of itself, will not ensure success in marketplace. Absence of excellent transportation services will contribute to failure. For a society to develop and grow, it must have strong internal transportation system, excellent linkage to the rest of the world. Transportation is a derived demand created by the needs and desires of people to move themselves or goods. Transportation is a necessary condition for human interaction and economic survival. Transportation and economic growth. Good transportation permits. The specialization of industry and commerce. Reduces costs for raw materials or manufactured goods. Increased competition between regions resulting in lower cost and greater choice for consumers. Transportation is a necessary element in governmental services, delivering mail, defending a nation, and retaining control of its territories. Social cost and benefits of transportation. The improvement of a region's economic position by virtue of improved transportation doesn't come without cost. Vast transportation systems require enormous resources of energy, material, and land, up to 50% of land area in major cities. Transportation accidents. Noise. Spoils the natural beauty of an area. Changes the environment. Pollutes air and water. Consumes energy resources. Social cost and benefits of transportation. The transportation engineer must balance society need for efficient transportation with the cost involved to create the most cost-effective system. Social benefits. Bringing medical and other services to rural areas. Enabling people to socialize. The transportation system / constraints. Public policy places a number of constraints on the transportation system, which may be seen in some cases as diminishing its economic efficiency. Environmental concerns. Maintain an adequate level of transportation infrastructure. Transportation system financing. Sources of funds include user charges, direct fares, and toll, indirect fuel taxes, general funds revenues, taxes, private investment, when parts of the transportation system are under private control, carriers, or when public agencies issue franchise or contracts, toll facilities. Cross-subsidization among various levels and types of systems, when revenues collected from users of one type of transportation system are used to finance some other type of system, example, bridge tolls and gas tax revenue are used to finance public transit. Note, most of the funds are provided by the government,